In this video, we will go step by step through the items that make up your portfolio. If you refer back to the portfolio guidelines in our introductory chapter, you will see the order in which we suggest you place your items. Please note that all of the items marked with the red asterisk are mandatory, while the items with the blue pound sign are optional. There are various types of folders that you can use for your portfolio. The portfolio that you will see in this video is a presentation folder that includes sheet protectors. After you have acquired the folder of your choice, you can begin to gather your materials and place them in order. If your portfolio has sheet protectors, keep in mind the number of documents you will be using. It may be necessary to use the front and the back of the sheet protectors. The first item will be your resume. You might ask yourself, if you included a resume with your job application, why include it in your portfolio? Maybe the copy you provided stayed attached to your application in the Human Resources department of the business you're applying for, or it was simply not brought into the interview room by the interviewer. Regardless of the situation, your resume is a staple item in your portfolio. It contains a summary of all of your experience and skills, as well as the information for your references. Next, you will place your job application. Like the resume, the application includes information about you that the employer is interested in. Like the cover letter, however, you may decide to only show your resume in your employer interview. The next items will be your IVROP Career Readiness Certificate and your National Career Readiness Certificate. Please note that for your mock interview, you will not yet have your final Imperial Valley Career Readiness Certificate. However, it should be the first item after your resume in your portfolio. For your mock interview, you may use the sample certificate located in the materials section of the introduction. The following items are optional. If your GPA is above a 3.0, it might be a good idea to include a copy of your transcripts. If any of the classes you have taken in high school or college are relevant to the position, a transcript might serve as useful evidence. You can also include schoolwork-based certificates. Here we have a copy of a high school diploma and a copy of an IVROP course certificate. I've also chosen to include a copy of college transcripts as well as a college degree. Next, you will include community service or work-based learning experience reflections. If you have any letters of recommendation from your supervisors or advisors in these activities, make sure to attach them. Here we have a volunteer experience reflection, and then right behind it we have a letter of recommendation from the advisor from that same organization. The following document is a WorkKeys Teamwork Certificate, and you can also choose to include any customer service or professionalism workshop documents that you may have. Next, you can include 2 more evidence of leadership or teamwork activities. The evidence can include either a reflection, which we have on the left, or a community service tracking form, which we have here on the right. Once again, note to include any letters of recommendation if they are available for any of these activities. As you can see here on the form, when it's filled out, it has all of the information as an agency, number of hours, the dates, description of the activity, and also the contact information for your advisor or supervisor for that activity. The next document is your proof of computer literacy. This is the last mandatory document in the portfolio. If you have a typing test certificate, you may also include it with the computer literacy certificate. Here we have an example of the IVROP typing test. So this is just a little sample certificate so you can see how that looks like. Finally, you may include any additional awards or achievements as well as any additional letters of recommendation. So if you have anything else that hasn't been included yet, any Student of the Year awards, any certificate that you would like to show, or if you've got an additional letters of recommendation from teachers or advisors for any type of club or activity that you're a part of, this would be the section where you would include it. Here we have 2 letters of recommendation. Please keep in mind to never include original documents in your portfolio. It is best to assume that your portfolio might stay with your interviewer, and this is why you should keep all of your original documents in a safe place. Remember that presentation is key, so make sure that all of your documents are free of errors and are neat and clean. A stained letter of recommendation or certificate doesn't give the best impression. Now that we have gone over the components of your portfolio, you will now see examples of how to present your portfolio during an interview. In this example, you can see how your portfolio can be presented at the beginning of an interview. You can see how Vince follows interview protocol, shakes the hand of the interviewer, and takes a seat. Before he is asked any questions, Vince informs his interviewer that he has brought his portfolio with him for additional information. In this situation, Vince has brought a copy for his potential employer to keep. Keep in mind that if you do not wish to leave your portfolio, you must specify it to your interview panel. You can also use and present elements of your portfolio throughout the actual interview. Vince is being interviewed for an office assistant position, and one of the interview questions asks about his work experience with clerical duties. Having volunteered at a local physical therapy office, Vince has included a work experience reflection as well as a letter of recommendation from his site supervisor. He is providing a verbal answer of his experience in the areas requested. However, he also makes it a point to refer to his portfolio where the interviewer can find evidence and detailed information regarding his experience. Remember, you can always refer to your portfolio if any of the materials included help support your answer. Is there anything else you would like to add? This is a common final interview question. This can also be the perfect opportunity for you to share your portfolio if you did not receive an opportunity at the beginning or throughout the interview. Here you can see how Vince has informed his interviewer that he has brought along a copy of his portfolio. Once again, please note that you must notify your interviewer if you cannot leave your portfolio. Typically, interviews are on a time schedule, therefore your interviewer might not have sufficient time to view your portfolio right away. As a result, we suggest taking a copy of your portfolio that can be left with your potential employer.